Well, if you can hear me over the noise of the water, guys, I'll put my head down a bit so I can talk into my mic. Yeah, this is unfortunately the power of nature. The usual spot I come down to probably once every, I don't know, every few months. And we've had a lot of rain, and obviously that's filled the river up. It's undermined all the root system, and then with the wind, then it's just knocked this massive tree over. Straight into that tree, which has knocked the top off that tree that way, and just behind the camera over there's more trees down. So yeah, unfortunately nature takes away as much as she gives, but the circle of life, Hakuna Matata. Right, I've got to get back now with that 4-minute drink because I nearly did get in here. Right guys, this is the spot. So as I said, I've been down here, and you'll probably notice in a couple of my previous videos camping down by a river, solo camp by a river. I think I had me and Dan come down here with both of Angos, and we was pitched just here, but that tree was stood up and the one behind it was stood up, and that one didn't have its tip smashed off. That one was stood up, they weren't down there. But anyhow, yeah, so I've used this location before. It's a beautiful spot. And yeah, I suppose swings and roundabouts, by next year there's going to be some decent firewood to be had down here as well. So yeah, you've got to find a positive in every sort of disaster. Right, reason I'm here, I ain't been out in the Lanshan 2 yet. I have, however, seam sealed it up in the spare room. Take this off without ripping my microphone off. She's not heavy, but she's heavy enough. Got a sweaty back now. I never know where to put this microphone because of my beard. I am conscious that sometimes when I move my head around, my beard drags off the microphone and makes a noise. And yeah, so I might have to trim the beard. I don't want to, but I might have to. Anyhow, welcome back, you sons of pitchers. I'm out here, it's absolutely beautiful today. It's a bit windy, a bit blowy, but it's not too cold and it's dry. It is supposed to stay dry up until about 10 o'clock tonight, and then I think it's going to lash it down all the way through till 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. So I already know it's going to be a wet pack up in the morning, but I wanted to bring the Lanshan out to test how well I've seam sealed her, because before I take it away I want it to get wet somewhere where, alright, I'm only in it for one night, so if it does get wet I can go back, dry it out, re-seam seal, find out where I went wrong. Now I am conscious at the minute, there's quite a few videos knocking around with Lanshan 2s, and I just like to put the point across that I actually bought mine. I didn't get sent it, I paid it out my own money because it's what I want to use when I go trekking and hiking. So no one's paid me to do a review of this, and it's not really a review, it's just me pitching it up and then testing to make sure I've seam sealed it right. So yeah, here we are then guys, the Lanshan 2 Pro, first pitch outdoors. Now I just got to find a decent spot for it round here. Oh, that's a bit fucking slippy, but she's up. I'll come and we'll go for a walk round and I'll show you where I've had problems. Right, first off, no matter how taut I pull these lines, these guys seem a bit short, so you're always going to have that natural sag in it. But I think if I extended my guy lines and pulled them out at a better angle, I think that'd pull straighter. I'm not worried about it, it's pretty solid, and it doesn't help with these things here pulling down on it. But now, as you can see here, I've used delta pegs in the corners, not because it's that windy that it justifies them, but I'm going to be taking them with me, so I want to know how to use them quickly, and I've never really used them before, so practice. If I've done anything wrong with this, someone put it in a comment below, but I presume this is where they go. I've also double pegged the doors out. There we are. Just because the ground's a bit loose around here after quite a bit of rain. I mean, it's fairly dry, like, but it is loose, and for the first time I've pitched it, don't want to blow in of it. All in all though, I'd say I'm pretty happy with how she's pitched at the minute. Like I said, if I get longer guys, it'll sit a bit nicer, I think. And with these couple of hooks that you put it down, I'll take you in now to show you. Now these little hook things here, as you can see, excuse fingers, oh look at this, professional. These little hook things here, as you can see, are supposed to be a highlighted weak point of the tent. So after watching Karen's Gone Wild, big shout out Karen, she gave me a website where I could buy these from. I went on and I purchased like a little metal replacement one, and it's got the bit there for the guy line on there, you can bring it back through. These are supposed to be sturdier. However, for £10 something, I'd have thought you'd have got 2 in a pack, but they're just one individual one. So I've ordered another one now, and that's on its way. But for its first voyage, I'll use the plastic ones. When I take her in to air out, I'll replace with these metal ones. Can they see me? I'm hoping you can see me. This is the first time I've actually been inside this tent, because as I said before, I'd only put her up to seam sealer, and oh, I just found a flaw in her. Yeah, I'll come back to that in a minute. But yeah, so far, other than that, I'm really impressed with the size. And that's the view from the inside. You can see a little bit of daylight. So I'm a bit worried about that, considering come 10 o'clock it is going to hoof it down for 12 hours. That's making me very nervous. What I might do now is get my water bottle, pour it on the tent, see what happens. And there you are, that is what I spotted. This is from view from the outside. And like I say, considering this is the first time I've pitched it outside, only the second time I've ever pitched it, that's not great, is it? Now granted, I am zoomed in and making a meal of this, because when I zoom out, but still, once you've noticed it now, you can't not notice it. I'm wondering, is that big enough to let water in? So what I've done is, because when I previously tested this, I was pouring water onto the weak spot just there, and it was running down, and because I had the door rolled up, it was going onto the mesh and coming through. So I've sealed that off. Let's try it again. I appreciate rain won't be coming down as heavy as this, but right guys, so after my little experiment, it appears to be holding the rain out. So yeah, the camp's still on. I'll see how it goes tonight. I haven't brought my bivvy bag though, that's my only concern, because if it does start laying it in, my sleeping bag's going to get wet, but I'll be able to dry that out at some point. It is what it is, isn't it? But I know that when I dry this out and take it back, I'll have a look, have I got a patch, or do I need to send it back, or do I just need to put extra seam seal around there, and I don't know. But we'll see how she goes tonight. Just one for you, I was testing it with the Aqua Pure Traveller that I've done a review on. If you want to see that review, there'll be a link to it up here. And one thing I forgot to tell you in the review is the filter in this, unscrew it and show you now, that allows you to drink straight from the streams or any water source. This filter, once this filter is US, no longer serviceable, out of date, expired, it will not let any water through it. So that is a built-in safety feature. You know that you will not be drinking unsafe drinking water, because the filter will not physically allow water to pass through it once it's expired. I really like this, it's quick and easy, and I will be taking this more or less everywhere I go until the filter stops me from drinking. That could be an error. I could be somewhere one day, fill it up, go for a swig, and I can't drink out of it. If that happens, I'll have to go back to the old school boiling of the water, but for now, no need. Oh, I spotted myself a couple of beers. Put them in the river earlier to cool off. Right, beer o'clock it is, isn't it? And I've got a little Brewdog Old IPA from the Aldi, and it's in Aldi colours as well. How cute is that? Right, I got 4 of these. I've had 2 of them at home already, so I know what they taste like. They're one of these citrusy IPAs, and to be honest, I'm not a massive fan of citrusy IPAs. Sometimes I just want a Stella, or I just want a Foster's, I just want a normal lager, like. But they were different, so I thought I'd try them. And before I forget, I need to do a massive shout out to 3 individuals. So shout out Adam, cheers. Bosch, cheers. And John, thank you. They all bought me beers. I'm very grateful for that. So cheers, lads, thank you very much. If you want to buy me a beer, you can either hit me up and get me on PayPal, or you can look in the description of the video and there'll be a buy me a coffee / buy me a beer link. It'd be marvellous if you did, but I'm not too fussed either way. But cheers, thanks very much. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, sat over here, away from that beautiful view of the river, it's just, I didn't know if you could hear me or not over the top of the sound of the river. So I thought I'd come back here, slate my first beer. I'm just going to chill out for a bit now. I've set the crib up, she's all ready to go. I'll show you around in a bit. There's no point in me taking you in and telling you what I've got now. I'll be inside anyway for most of the night. We'll lose light at 6 o'clock, so we've got about 45 minutes of light, so I might as well do it then. There she is, just a close up. At first I thought it said Aldi IPA and I got really excited. It is Aldi colours, but no, just Ald IPA. That reminds me, I remember when I was a youth, we went back and went to the local market in Sheffield, and I see a tracksuit in there, and I was never allowed, because we were twins, we were never allowed like big makes because it were expensive. You had to buy for 2. Look at Matt go off there. It was too expensive, like, to buy 2 sort of designer brand things for twins. So we went to Sheffield Market, and I went in there, and I think my dad says, "Oh, do you like this tracksuit?" Oh, bloody hell, that's Puma. The Puma's like a big thing. Like, we had Gola then, and it was Gola before it became fashionable now. Like, for Puma sport tracksuit, winner. Snapped it up, tried it straight away, got home, took it out of the bag, put it on, realised it said pump sport it was. But there we are, same market where that Joe Bloggs, he used to be a big make, same market where he started off at. They don't have proper markets like that anymore. Let's have a big shout out as well to someone that sent a comment on one of the videos that reckons my videos are in the style of that ain't milk great, like just walking around like this, ain't this brilliant, what about that, that's brilliant. So what I might do is do a bit of, I've just gone through mud, isn't it brilliant, it's all up my shoes, ain't camping brilliant, like it's like living outside, it costs you fuck all. I might do a little video like that in a bit, a little mock-up. Alright, it's gone dark now, as you can probably tell. I've pushed myself back into the tent and I'm going to think about cooking myself something to eat. Now, my meal today is only a MRE ration pack meal. It's a chicken jalfrezi, chickpeas and rice. I've only bought my knockoff Trangia for this, so I'll be using the meth burner. Hopefully it'll go a bit better than last time. I don't want to be melting out in here, especially with new tent. I've been and replaced my gloves as well. Went down to the bug out, saw Lee, got some new gloves. So, well, lesson learned for that one. Let's see if we can not completely cock it up tonight. Right, time to see if I've learnt out, because last time I had a right drama like in this, but I watched outside the tank the other day, and he dipped his stick in there, got it all wet, lit it, put his stick in to light it, put it out. Look at that. Cheers, tanky boy. Excellent. Nate fucking dramas. Right guys, while I wait for that to boil, I've got one more of these. I can't get in because I've just picked my nails. Here we are. Cheers. Nice to be out again. That rain's eased off a bit now, but nothing's come through my oil behind me, so it's all good so far. I'll be got 2 weeks now, trying to get as much camping as I can, and then it's the Mr. Wild Wales community camp again. I went last year. There's a video of that in my playlist if you want to go back and have a look over that. Maybe several people going in attendance. I think there's 60 people in all in all, so really looking forward to that. Made some good friends last year, some really good friends, so yeah. Oh, clocks are going back tonight. No, they're going forward, spring forward, so I don't know whether that'll mess with me head or not. I don't suppose it really matters though, because I'm not going to get up till it's light anyway. It just means it's going to be light. Spring forward, light earlier. Stays, yeah, light earlier. So there we are, bonus. And it'll be light later on at night as well, which is always good for camping. There's not worse than rushing about because you're trying to battle light. Let's go and get somewhere set up. It's starting to come down a bit heavier now. Rain. Yeah, let's go and get somewhere set up. And you end up rushing things about, especially when you got firewood to do, fire prep, get something sorted. All this filming takes ages as well. Sometimes we all best will in world, you're trying to get everything done. But like when you've only got one camera, you have to film like things 3 times from different positions. And yeah, that takes its time. But then before you know it, it's dark. And this great meal you wanted to cook in daylight is now a shadowy, badly lit meal. But pardon me, it's got some fizz in it, these. Right, after what seems like an eternity, it is done. Warm too. Don't know how much of that you're going to be able to see. Oh, quite a bit actually. Now this might be too hot for me to taste, but I'll skim a little bit off. Yeah, that little bit on top's just right for eating. Not bad. Not bad at all. It's misleading with rain because you can hit river over it rain. But I did put my hand out then and it got very wet, so looks like it's in for night, but never mind. Got nowhere else to be. I'll smash this, finish my lager and get back to the... Well, beer's gone, food's gone, rain's still here, river's still here, but not a lot to do now. So unless anything amazing happens tonight, I'll probably see you in the morning. I got a little tiny bit of sketchy phone signal, not enough to do Netflix or not enough to edit anything, so it'll just be I don't know, find out what games I got on my phone. I've got like Waduko or something, Waduko, but it's crap, but it doesn't require internet connection and it doesn't require a lot of brain power, so we'll be alright there then. Right, I'll catch you in the morning. Good night and God bless. Good morning, guys. It's just coming up to 1 o'clock. No. Times have changed, haven't they? So it's just coming up to 2 o'clock. And it's quite heavily raining, but it's misting in here. The rain is hitting the tent, and instead of, well, it is, most of it's running off the sides of the tent, but a lot of it is just sort of like it's misting through. Like, everything is damp. As I'm laying here filming, I can see it just sort of hitting the top and just misting straight through, so I have no idea what's going on with the tent. Oddly enough, everywhere I've seam sealed is fine. It's just coming through straight through the sort of sides of the walls of the tent, which is bizarre. Really bizarre. It's like you're just getting a fine mist of rain. Not good. Not good. Obviously, you expect a little bit of condensation in it, but this is beyond condensation. You can just see where my hat's been rubbing the ceiling there, which I'd expect to be wet, but when you actually see it in here on the, I don't know if you think you see it on the camera, you can see it in the light though, as it hits the roof. It just sort of, it's weird. I've never ever been in a tent that has just let water through like this, just mists like through. Well, the sleeping bag just feels damp all the way throughout. Fleece I had on earlier is just sort of damp throughout. Everything is damp as such. And it's due to heavy rain like this till about 10 o'clock. Everything is just going to be absolutely piss right through, unless I make an executive decision. I think I'm going to pack up and bug out before everything is piss wrapped. At least I can put my kit away in my bag and waterproof it somewhat. Sleeping bag will be a nightmare to dry if not. Right, I'll get back to you in a minute. Oh, fuck's sake. Right, that's me. I've packed everything up apart from my tripod and my phone in here. Yeah, I never ever had a tent that's let in as much. Basically, it's just mist. There's water. There's not much condensation. It's just the rain just seems to be coming through. I have no idea why. No idea why. So, yeah. This video might end here. It might continue. I'm not sure which way it's going to do. But I'm going to have to drop this and get back. Because if I try and sleep through this, my kit is going to be absolutely soaking. And I'm just end up being ill. It's a good job I'm a light sleeper. I could feel this on my face like, and I wondered what it was. If not, I'd have been absolutely fucking shivering by the morning. Right, well, I don't know. I'll come back to you at some point. Alright guys, this is where I was camping, just by here. As you see, left no trace. My 4 Delta pegs and my tripod will be coming with me. And the remarkable thing is, it's not even raining that heavy out here. So, I have no idea what's going on with this tent. If this video ends here, then thanks ever so much. Look at the state of the beard. Look at that. yeah, thanks ever so much for watching, and I'm sorry it's been cut short. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. There may be a second part of this video, it might just end here. Alright, cheers guys, lots of love. I'll get this back and I'll have to dry it out in a few hours when it comes light, and I don't know, I'll see where I go from there. I'll have to have a look at some reviews, and you can't, the only thing I've had to do to it is seam seal it, and there was no water getting in on the seams, so it's coming through the fly. Like, I know it's a single skin fly, but I've had tents before single skin and they've stood up to a lot more than that, so I've no idea. If you've got any comments or you think you know what went wrong, just give us a shout, like hit me up in the comments below, and but if not, I'll have to try and see if I can, I don't know, maybe coat it in something, I don't know. Alright, cheers guys, thank you. I might see you in a bit when I'm hanging the tent up. Morning guys, you alright? Well, I've had a bit more sleep, not a lot. Before I bring the tent in the shed just to get it dried out. She's absolutely soaking. I'll leave her there for a few days to air and dry out. Yeah, no idea what went wrong last night. I don't know. Yeah, it was just weird. I don't know why the water was just sort of misting through when the droplets were in. I'm gonna have a look, do a bit of research this morning on it. I know one thing I am glad of though, every cloud and all that, is that this happened when I weren't on a multi-day hike. I'm glad I took it out in the rain, somewhere where I only had like half an hour walk last night to get back. So yeah, another silver lining, my new head torch that I bought didn't let me down either. I was a bit worried about that last night walking back, because there's some pretty rough terrain I've got to get across, and I thought there's no lights either. If that goes, I'm buggered. But no, it didn't go. If you made it this far, cheers, thanks ever so much. And this will be the ending now. Yeah, 100%. I'll try and do a bit of research. If anyone knows or anyone has any ideas, chuck them in the comments below. I was puzzling myself last night thinking, is it condensation that's built up and the rain's hitting outside and the condensation is misting off? I don't know, no idea, but I've never had that problem before. Beard's looking rough, I'm looking rough, I'm a bit tired. So, right, I'll go and get some editing done and some breakfast. Thanks ever too tired. Thanks ever so much for watching guys. Cheers.